I'm not teaching, I'm publicly learning. Hi and welcome to Learning for Life in UK Test Part 379, Glossary Part 15. Why are you doing triangular fibrocartilage complex training? And if you participate in the triangular fibrocartilage complex training, what is at your own risk? Now, the next thing, refugee. That is a person forced to leave a country because of persecution, war, or violence. So a refugee is a person who has to leave a country because they are persecuted or because there's war or violence. And we have here as examples 2. The first thing word a rising population was a growing population. But the first Jews came to Britain since the Middle Ages and settled there in 1656, and that their Hugenotten between 1680 and 1720 many refugees called Huguenots, so that many Huguenots came from France, and they were Protestant and had been persecuted for their religions in France, the Huguenots. But that's a complex situation, so you can't just say France. That was a complex situation during the wars. And I don't know exactly. And the other thing was shortly before the First World War. Many people were encouraged to leave the UK to settle overseas. Between 1853 and 1913, 13 million British citizens left the country. This is 13 million. People continued to come to Britain from other countries of the world also. For example, between 1870 and 1914, around 120,000 Russian and Polish Jews came to Britain to escape persecution. So, a refugee is someone fleeing from persecution or from war or violence in the country from which they're fleeing from. Residence, the place where someone lives. Where was what named? If you wish to be a permanent resident or citizen of UK, you should respect and obey the law, respect the rights of others, including their own opinions, treat others with fairness, look after yourself and your family, look after the area and the environment, and therefore you have freedom of belief and religion, freedom of speech, freedom from unfair discrimination, right to a fair trial, and the right to join in the election of the government. So that is if people are wanting to become permanent residents or citizens. So permanent residents, and a residence is the place where someone lives. Resident is the person. Residence is the place where someone lives. Rival viewpoints, opinions held by different groups of people. Where was that? Yeah, I know that. The media and the government. By law, radio and television coverage of the political parties must be balanced, and so equal time has to be given to rival viewpoints. So, radio and television coverage, so if there's something about the parliament broadcasted in television, about a political party, then there has to be an equal time given to the rival viewpoint. And a rival viewpoint, that is, are the opinions held by different groups of people. Not just another person, it can also a singular person can have their own rule. People can think for themselves. Let's start with triangular fibrocartilage complex training. And if you participate in that is at your own risk. And we will continue here in the next one. So, starting with the first exercise, we're having both hands like fists next to us, we're having a wooden stand, and now we're bringing them up, and we're holding them for 2-3 seconds, and we're bringing them down, and we're holding them again for 2-3 seconds. That is more or less the warm up. And again, up, strong fists, a bit pressure, and hold it for 2-3 seconds, but if there's pain, then don't do it. And again up, one last round, and hold it a little, so it's at your own risk, and also if there's pain, then don't do it. And again down. and let's enter. Now the next exercise, now both hands again form to fists, and now we bring them up and down with a bit pressure and hold it for 2-3 seconds. And again up and again down. And again up. And down. One more round, up. And down. Okay, and now the next exercise. Now you can do it maybe without anything or use a light weight. This is pretty light, but it has a long lever, but it's pretty light. And so we're doing, yes, we're having, take the elbow, take the arm at the elbow. So that you don't move with the elbow, we just want to move the wrist, have it like that. And then you turn it over. And to the other side. Again, it's all at your own risk, and if there's pain, then don't do it. Maybe a bit slow. And start moving. And here with the hand, so don't move the arm, just with the wrist. And a bit with the lower arm, of course. And let's do it just one more time. Out to the side. And to the side. Now with the other hand, so take the arm, but you have to move just with the wrist. And hang it up. And one more time. And our next exercise, now we're having a long arm. And take again the arm here, the triceps also. And now we're bringing it just to the outside. So just the sublimation, just to the outside. And again into the middle. I'm doing it quite slowly. So long up and higher. And just to the outside. Hold it a little. And again into the middle. And again. And one more time. Now with the other hand. Take again the arm. Go slowly to the side. Slowly again. And one last time. And now similar. Again a short arm. Hold it again at the elbow. We're doing the same, just now shorter arm. And one last time. Now again with the other hand. Maybe a bit slower. And last time. And now, take the weight and lifting the arm up. Have a neutral position with the spine, with the wrist, And now bring it completely one time over. And again in and down. And again, the arm up. Turn it one time around. Again in and down. And 2 more times. Up. To the outside. In. And last time. And now with the other hand. Come up. With neutral position in the wrist. Back. And in. And down. Again up. Over. In. Up. Over. In. One last time. And always same, just the other way around. So now we're having the racket to the outside, or weight, and bring the arm up, and in, to the outside, and again up, in, now the other side. Up, inside, to the outside, again up, inside. And up, inside, outside. And one last time, up, to the inside, down. And the last exercise. You can use a towel or something like that, and you just press onto it. Natural position or natural, just press. And we're switching to the other hand, and just pressing. And one more round, switching, and we are pressing. The other side. Don't overdo it with force. Some good force, but not too much. And that was it. Well, that was the triangular fiber cartilage complex training. We're having 2 minutes. Kew Gardens in Singhurst in England, and Craig's Castle in Glossary Castle in Scotland, Orkney Garden in Northern Ireland, and Mount Stuart in Wales. It's Mount Stuart in Northern Ireland and Orkney Garden in Wales, so I made it the wrong way around. It's Orkney Garden in Wales, so Snowdonia is in Wales, but Mount Stuart is in Northern Ireland. It's Orkney Garden in Wales and Mount Stuart in Northern Ireland. Then, what do we have else? We never made anything to poetry. Because what could we learn? We could just learn the names. We could learn a poem, if they're complete. We have to know about the BAFTA, the equivalent to the American Oscars. Now, I wanted them to start with the civil courts. What will it be? There are serious civil cases, an example, large compensation claims. These are the high courts, or in Scotland different from Court of Seasons. Then there are civil disputes, these are the county courts, or the sheriff court in Scotland. And then there are small civil claims. This is just small civil claims with a small claims procedure more of a small clean procedure for anything, just different number. Northern Ireland 3,000, in Scotland there were 5,000, England where it's 10,000, and there exists also an online alternative. So that's not complex. If we're going to do it in one of the future parts, I thank you very much. Next.